I'm Dave Myers, and I have some exciting news to share about the future of my introductory psych text. But first, I want to share with you how privileged I feel to be charged with studying psychological science and offering its best fruits to students. To assist the teaching of psychology for my colleagues across the world is a great honor and a great responsibility. For me, teaching psychological science through writing has been, and it remains, a life calling. Having been blessed with parents who live to near or beyond 90 with good health, I'm still passionate about that calling. I can't think of anything I'd rather be doing right now than sharing the big ideas and critical thinking tools of our discipline, which I think have never been more humanly significant and life relevant. But I'm also mindful of the need for eventual succession planning and for the benefits of adding fresh energy and ideas into our book development process. My dream has been to find someone whom I could mentor through this process and to whom I could gradually, over the next several editions, hand the reins. In my mind's eye, this would be a person who is, first, early career and who could have a long future as my teammate and then as sole or lead author. Second, an accomplished scholar, someone who knows psychological science from the inside. Third, a gifted teacher who loves to connect with students. Fourth, an open, warm-spirited person with whom I could enjoy collaborating and whom my teaching colleagues would also come to appreciate. Fifth, a person of kindred values, someone committed to the intellectual tradition of the liberal arts, to science and critical thinking, to blending a rigorous mind with a compassionate heart. And finally, a gifted writer with a passion for teaching psychological science through writing and for further self-development as a writer. Now, you might think that's an ambitious and unrealistic list of qualities to find in one person, and so did I. But then about a year ago, as I read Association for Psychological Science interviews with several of our field's designated rising stars, one jumped off the page. Nathan Dewall, whose prolific scholarship I had come to respect and to cite, described not only his research, but his passion for writing and his loving to read books on the art of writing. He also described a disciplined approach to a balanced day that allowed time with his students, his research, his administrative responsibilities, but that also included time with family and friends, time for exercise, and yes, time for writing. I wondered, had I found that kindred spirit? My response was to write him, expressing my appreciation both for the human values that shine through that interview and for his priority on writing and on developing himself as a writer. He quickly replied, saying, "It's great that we share a common interest in studying the art of writing. I'm deeply committed to communicating psychological science to students and the general public. That's my biggest goal as a psychological scientist." And so began our ongoing correspondence, leading to his making a 2-day visit with us at Hope College, which confirmed our shared aspirations. So I introduced Nathan to my Worth Publishers friends. They too, without exception, responded with excitement over his achievements, his talents, his positive, winsome personality. And they responded with increased excitement after seeing his consulting work for the new edition of Exploring Psychology. And so, it is now my pleasure to introduce my friend Nathan Dewall as my collaborator on future editions of my introductory psychology texts, beginning with Psychology in Everyday Life, 3rd edition, to appear in the fall of 2013. Already, Nathan and I are enjoying sharing resources, ideas, critiques, and personal news from our lives. Nathan Dewall, let me tell you, truly is one of the rising stars of psychological science. Although he just obtained his PhD in 2007 from Florida State University, he already has more than 100 publications, with dozens more in the works. This is thanks to large research grants and to the support of a lab team consisting of 7 grad students and 40 undergraduate researchers. In recognition of his extraordinary accomplishments, the University of Kentucky promoted Nathan to associate professor after just 3 years. In recognition of his teaching excellence, he received a university teaching award that's given to but one social scientist each year. And as an expression of his commitment to writing, he has conducted writing workshops for psychology faculty. Worth Publishers will be sharing more about Nathan Dewall in the coming months. But I wanted to convey this wonderful news now with you, my teaching colleagues. Many of you have become friends over the years, and I hope this early sneak preview gives you a sense of Nathan and the excitement we share in our developing partnership. We will, by the way, both be attending the NITOP conference in Florida in January and hope to see some of you there. And finally, thank you. Thank you for the great privilege of assisting your teaching of psychology. And don't hesitate ever to be in touch if you have any feedback or suggestions for our work.